After World War II, the world was in ruins, and the United States emerged as the only major power left standing. With its economy booming and industries intact, America stepped into a leadership role, marking the dawn of the American century. The U.S. shaped a new global order, promoting stability, free trade, and democratic values. At the heart of this system was the American dollar, made the world's reserve currency at the Bretton Woods Conference. This gave the U.S. immense financial leverage, allowing it to finance deficits and project power globally. America's influence extended beyond economics. It championed institutions like the United Nations, World Bank, and IMF to foster cooperation and prevent future conflicts. Through these organizations, the U.S. built a world in its own image, open, interconnected, and governed by rules. This system brought decades of stability and growth to much of the globe. American culture, movies, music, brands spread rapidly, becoming symbols of modernity and aspiration. Soft power made American leadership desirable to millions worldwide. The American dream, success through hard work, resonated far beyond its borders. This combination of economic, political, and cultural influence cemented America's status as the world's leader. The U.S. became the backbone of international finance and trade, with every nation needing dollars to do business. America's vision for the post-war world was clear: prosperity, freedom, and a rules-based order. For much of the 20th century, the world followed America's lead. America's post-war strategy relied on strong alliances, not just power. The Marshall Plan rebuilt Western Europe, creating goodwill and reliable trading partners while containing communism. In Asia, the U.S. forged security pacts with Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines. NATO united North America and Western Europe in collective defense. These alliances were built on shared values and mutual interests, giving the U.S. global reach and influence. Economically, America was unmatched. Its factories powered the world, and its middle class thrived. Universities and research labs attracted top talent, driving innovation. This economic dynamism fueled military strength and global leadership. The U.S. economy became the engine of global prosperity. A strong economy funded a powerful military, foreign aid, and a stable currency. This self-reinforcing cycle, economic strength supporting alliances, and alliances supporting growth, kept America at the center of the world order. The U.S. maintained security for trade routes and allies, ensuring global stability. Generous aid programs won friends and influenced nations. America's network of alliances and economic might created a system no empire had ever achieved. Over time, America's foundation began to crack. Decades of high spending on social programs and foreign wars led to mounting national debt. Instead of raising taxes, the government borrowed, piling up deficits until debt exceeded the size of the economy. Servicing this debt diverted resources from infrastructure, research, and education, dragging on future growth. The U.S. was borrowing from its future, a practice unsustainable for any great power. Meanwhile, globalization shifted manufacturing overseas, especially to China. Deindustrialization hollowed out the American middle class, leaving communities in decline. Stable, well-paying jobs faded, replaced by economic anxiety and social division. The trade deficit grew as imports outpaced exports. Economic inequality soared, with gains flowing to corporations and the wealthy. Many Americans felt left behind by the global system their country had built. This discontent fueled political polarization and distrust in institutions. The economic engine that powered the American century was sputtering. America's financial strength, once a source of power, now strained under debt and lost industry. The nation faced a new era of uncertainty. As America struggled, China rose. Under Deng Xiaoping, China embraced market reforms and foreign investment, transforming into an economic powerhouse. Its export-driven growth lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty, creating the world's largest manufacturing base. Global companies flocked to China, fueling its rapid modernization. Skyscrapers, high-speed rail, and modern ports became symbols of its ambition. China's strategy was economic, not military, focusing on trade, investment, and commercial relationships. It secured resources worldwide, expanding influence without costly wars. While the U.S. spent trillions on foreign conflicts, China invested in its own people and infrastructure. This relentless focus on development gave China a powerful advantage. For the first time since the Soviet Union, America faced a peer competitor, one challenging it economically, not militarily. China's rise signaled a new era in global power dynamics. China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, is a bold, multi-trillion-dollar plan to connect over 150 countries with new infrastructure. The BRI aims to recreate the Silk Road, building trade routes and economic corridors centered on China. By offering capital for infrastructure, China fills a gap left by Western institutions. For many developing nations, the BRI promises jobs, trade, and growth. Critics warn of debt-trap diplomacy, citing cases like Sri Lanka's Hambantota port. Still, the BRI expands China's influence, creating new markets and political goodwill. This strategy of economic connection contrasts sharply with America's traditional reliance on military alliances. The BRI is reshaping the global economic map and challenging U.S. leadership. Facing economic anxieties and China's rise, the U.S. has turned to protectionism. Tariffs on imports, especially from China, aim to protect American industries and bring jobs home. This marked a shift from decades of championing free trade. The results were mixed. Some industries gained, but consumers paid higher prices, and exporters faced retaliation. Trade wars strained relationships with allies and disrupted the global system America built. In contrast, China builds economic bridges, investing in infrastructure and forging global partnerships. While the U.S. turns inward, China expands outward, connecting continents through trade and investment. America, once the architect of globalization, now appears defensive. China positions itself as the hub of a new globalized world. The competition is clear. America builds walls, China builds bridges. This divergence defines the struggle for global leadership in the 21st century. America's challenges echo the rise and fall of past empires. Rome and Britain both declined under economic strain, overreach, and new rivals. The U.S. faces similar warning signs: costly wars, soaring debt, and deep polarization. For the first time in decades, it confronts a formidable economic rival in China. Yet, history is not destiny. America retains unique strengths, an innovative economy, and a resilient democracy. Its system has a proven capacity for renewal. The real question is how America will respond to these challenges. The choices made now will determine if it adapts and leads or succumbs to decline. The future remains unwritten. America's answer is not retreat, but reinvention. The path forward is investing in the industries of the future: advanced manufacturing, AI, and green technology. A national commitment to innovation can create new jobs and restore competitiveness. Rebuilding infrastructure and modernizing education are essential for a skilled workforce. Investing in people is a national security imperative. America must also rebuild its alliances, working with partners to set global rules and balance China's rise. Cooperation with democracies worldwide is key to upholding a rules-based order. The challenge is to prove democracy can solve hard problems and deliver prosperity. Moving beyond gridlock, America can embark on a new era of renewal. By investing in itself and leading with allies, the U.S. can adapt and remain a force for freedom and prosperity. Leadership now means inspiring, not dominating. The opportunity for renewal is within reach.